Yeah, let's talk about marijuana. You pro or against marijuana? And you don't have to. I mean, we are. This is going live. The people from YouTube are filming, so you don't have to.
Yeah, I mean, I am anti-prohibition. I think that there's definitely something to be said about the medicinal purposes of cannabis.
Okay, so let's back up one step, because I don't know enough about this stuff, so I'm excited to learn.
Yeah.
So when we talk about prohibition, what are we talking about? I mean, I know what prohibition means, but I mean, I know you guys have had a history in the past in this country.
We've chosen, right, so in this country we've just chosen the drugs that are acceptable. We have two of them on the table. Yeah, I don't have my vape. No.
Come on.
But yeah, no, we've chosen. We've chosen the.
Is it in your bag?
Yeah.
Hey,
are we? Yeah, really?
Yeah, let's do it. Could you bring us that bag? Also, if he vapes in here, will we get? Danny won't care.
No, This is a terrible habit. Although I have.
Thanks.
You got a third one with the phone right there.
Oh yeah, and
exactly.
another drug, right? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is something that's helped me quit smoking. I know it's pretty. It's
terrible though.
It's pretty bro. It's pretty bro.
Well,
terrible.
and this is super lame. What you have on
I
it.
know,
Is that because no cool people vape, so there's no cool images?
It's really kind of.
It's like kids
more
who wear.
ironic.
It's like kids who wear Axe deodorant.
Yeah,
The
it's
same
more.
kids
It's more
do.
ironic than anything. Gosh, my wife is gonna kill me. She's gonna be like, "Why are you doing this on?"
Is she watching right now? Probably.
You try it.
And so, what is this? Is gonna cough my guts up.
That's
So explain to the kids at home.
strawberry cake pop. Hey, that was. Let's get that out of here.
It's fantastic. Hang on. So, explain what it is to people who are old like me.
So yeah, it's water vapor and nicotine with flavoring, and it's yet to be seen whether it's worse than cigarettes or not.
fantastic.
Yeah. Thanks.
Why are you putting it away? Come on. We can
Okay,
leave
we
that
leave
out.
it out. That's fine.
We could get a big hookah, and that could be the
That's
thing.
basically what it is. It's
Yeah.
hookah. But yeah, so you have so we have we have 4 different
One
addictions.
drug, 2 drug, 3
Addiction,
all right.
right. So we've got so we in this country we've, because of big business, because of lobbyists, because of misconceptions and different protocols that have existed in our past, we've chosen the things that are acceptable. And granted, there are drugs that are dangerous. These are there's some dangers here. You do anything, too much, right? There's dangers there. Cannabis has just gotten a terrible.
So are you
rap
against
for years.
prohibition in general? Like, are there any drugs that you think ought to be prohibited?
Regulation is
Regulation as
regulation
opposed to
is
prohibition.
right. Regulation is way different than
All right,
prohibition.
so like, what about, let's just go to kind of one of the worst drugs, like meth.
Yeah.
So like meth is something that should be legal?
Well, the drugs that are involved in it
Can be had.
Yeah, they can be had.
But to make it and to distribute it is illegal.
Yeah, I wouldn't say all prohibition is bad.
Now,
Obviously.
why then? So why should some things be? Because
Now you're talking philosophy. Because
No.
I just
Well,
get-
but maybe I am.
It is. Yeah.
But then there are people who are just as conservative as you who think that there shouldn't be any prohibition on things.
That's a good question.
Yes, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about politics. I know next to nothing about politics. It just seems to me that one of the things that maybe the libertarian position doesn't recognize is the common good.
Well,
we live in a society.
We could talk about right. So another one of the hot issues is immigration right now. Do we need?
Yeah, we can't jump from drugs.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But people want to say, if I say, look, we need to love our neighbors to the south and reform immigration and regulation. We need to make the process easier, et cetera. People, because of the silos, jump right to.
There can't be any nuanced opinion,
Right.
No.
So you want open borders? You just want anyone to come in?
Yeah, it's not what I said.
That's not what I said, right? And so there will be, there will be people, there will be viewers who are saying, Ennie's Ennie thinks that everybody should be smoking pot. Well,
Yeah.
no, that's not what
But
I'm
you
saying.
don't think that pot's like it doesn't have negative effects?
Of course it does.
Okay.
Just like coffee does, just like alcohol does, just like
But you
nicotine
also
does.
agree that there are certain drugs that have such negative effects that they ought to be outlawed.
Sure, I
At least
would agree
without,
with that.
we could reflect upon it. Maybe
Yes.
you'd come to a different position. But right now, you're willing to say that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to marijuana, you don't think that the negative effects are such that they ought to be outlawed.
No,
now,
I
saying
think-
that something is outlawed and something is immoral are also two different things.
Sure.
Now, I get the impression that you think it's both moral and should not be outlawed, or at least morally neutral.
Right. I think it, like anything, abuse. Like you just abused that.
So many people are unsubscribing right now.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
And I don't care.
If we had this is what I'm saying though. If we had cigars, or we had pipes,
Yeah, people wouldn't care.
we would be super
Look
dignified.
at that. Grandpa's chair.
Right. So we could sit
would
here
love
and
it.
smoke a pipe, and we can drink a beer, and
'Cause it's
everybody
acceptable.
because it's completely
Socially
acceptable.
But
if we
that isn't yet. That looks punk.
right, but different than that would be if I sat here and the process of breaking up
Marijuana
buds
leaves.
and rolling something or putting in a pipe, that would be all of a sudden, holy. It
No,
would
look,
be.
I know nothing about
be
this, but
complete scandal.
look, you know more about this than me, so I wouldn't be able to push back because I don't even have the information. But isn't there a lot of studies that are suggesting that this is seriously detrimental to your psychological health, that it can have negative effects later on in life?
No, 100%. And I wouldn't say that they're necessarily wrong in
Okay.
that. What I said was
It shouldn't
that
be
there are
prohibited.
proven medicinal benefits.
Proven medicinal.
There are calming effects to
Marijuana.
the CBD that's within. There's two chemicals that are working there. CBD is the calming effects, right? So maybe your back hurts, or you've got a neck pain, or you just
Yeah.
had surgery where
Totally.
they remove some mole or something like.
Yeah.
There's
Morphine's much stronger and much worse.
much worse.
Right.
Much
So
worse.
I can
So there's
accept
that,
marijuana
and then
can be
right, and then the THC is what is the psychoactive part of cannabis.
And is that found in any drugs you buy on the shelf, or no? It wouldn't be. But is it found anywhere else?
No, THC is actually CBD is. You can get pure CBD now. You can get oil, pills, things like that, and it's just it's like Advil. It just it's a calming muscle relaxer kind of thing. THC is the psychoactive that gives you more of the open mind. It helps you relate. You might find yourself crying. You might there's a euphoric part of it where you might be with your mate and or your homies and feel like, man, we're just together.
To me there. You might be with your mates.
Well,
homies.
I actually meant your
lover.
Your lover. Yeah, your wife. But I said mate, and
Your mates.
it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different on here.
Yeah.
But so that there's a euphoric, poetry, Mozart, good music, things like that are hitting synapses that a good whiskey or a good a good pipe or something like that can cause that. There's that piece as
That's
well.
right. Yeah,
So it's more that. I think people again
makes
when they think of pot, they think of high school kids.
16-year-old stoner.
Right.
Loser,
Yeah, hitting
jerk.
bongs and stuff like that. That is I am
Waste of
just
space
so
kind of
we're
person.
clear. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a mature, a mature approach to perhaps recreation, perhaps the medicinal.
So here's an objection some people have. I want to get your take on it. So one of the things Aquinas addresses in the Summa is, one, that alcohol can be used, because there are some Christians who would say it can't be.
Right.
Right. But then he says that drunkenness is a mortal sin, and the reason he says that is because it deprives us of rationality.
Right.
And so someone will say to you, yeah, but you can drink in moderation. I can have a beer and I can be fine. I can drive. But you can't, this is what they'll say. I'm not making the
Sure,
claim.
no.
A lot of
And this
people
is
will
the
say,
argument. Yeah.
You can't smoke pot
100%.
in moderation.
Yeah, and in my experience many years ago, that wasn't the case. And I think that anything
Although certain drugs would deprive you of rationality.
for sure.
But that's when you're in pain. kind of
Morphine.
thing. Yeah.
Opiates.
Yeah.
I mean, is it immoral?
Right, it can't be,
I mean,
no.
it can't be
Like
because
I
it has.
just had surgery recently. They gave me a shot and they said it'll feel like you've drunk 2 margaritas. I'm like, woo! And then they
Right.
totally deprived me of my rationality. Well,
Right.
It didn't deprive me of my rationality. I was just in a different state where it wasn't
Yeah.
activated.
Right. So did you come? Let me ask you this: Did you come?
When I came
Did
out,
you come out
I
of
was
that?
a bit irrational. Yeah, I was saying stuff that didn't make sense to people.
Right.
Right.
And and then beyond that, did you feel a greater sense of calm or connectedness to your peers or to your wife or to your children? Right. So I would say that even if you if you smoked too much marijuana, there is a lasting effect to the psychoactives that give you a greater connectedness to and an empathy. Folks who suffer from PTSD, veterans, again, it's one of the medicinal purposes that it's being used. They're guys that have been warriors, shooting people, there's something that happens where they lose empathy for other human beings, especially those that they're considering their enemy, have regained empathy and sympathy, compassion for other people.
It's interesting, not just while they're smoking.
No. It's not just a
point really quickly, because we haven't touched upon that. Like, so can you smoke without getting high? High in the sense of deprived of rationality, like drunk.
100%.
Okay. Now that's a different question to, is this a good thing for society at large?
Sure. No, but I think that, but that is a good argument.
Yo, thanks for watching. You can watch the entire episode on YouTube if you want. You can listen to it at The Matt Fradd Show by subscribing on iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And feel free to support me, patreon.com/MattFradd.